Okay, so now we've shown how to use the problem list to guide the documentation of your assessment and plan on the first hospital day. Now let's do it for hospital day 2 or 3. Go into document as you always have, enter your new note. This is a glitch, ignore that. Um, this is something that will try to get this pop-up to go away. It's not actually broken, but it thinks it is, so just click past that. You can see that it presents to you the problems that were documented the day before, whether it was you or someone else in the group, and it will present those to you again in the same sequence as the day before. You'll notice that it does not have the text automatically in these boxes. One of the pitfalls to electronic documentation is that people don't update the narrative as they should, and this is an opportunity to get that right. So let's go on into acute systolic heart failure here and hit recall. The recall button then pulls forward the previous day's documentation. So this is where you'll then edit it to make it accurate and up to date and unique and your own. And again, if you're using Dragon, you can dictate over this, which is quicker than pecking around in my mind. You can do the same with these other problems. Let's hop down to chronic kidney disease. Now, let's show how to manipulate some of these things in other ways. Let's say that I've determined that the nausea and vomiting is not due to retained bile duct stones. I can take this off of here, off of the documentation process by clicking the red X. This doesn't take it off the problem list entirely. It stays on the main official central problem list, but gets it out of your way in the documentation process. Let's go on into nausea and vomiting in here and say still nauseated but no longer vomiting. We're not entertaining this as an idea anymore. And let's say instead that it's due to acute illness. And let's say you just notice that they have cellulitis at the leg. So that's a new problem, and you're blaming the old symptom on it, which is fine. But you've mentioned a new problem, so we really should add in a new problem to the problem list. So how do you do that? You go up in here to the problem section, click in here. This has the things we've already documented. Let's go add a new problem. And again, to use our new little handy feature in the lookup, let's just type in the first couple of letters of each word, cellulitis of leg, active, medical, and acute. It knows it's a current visit problem. Remember, we had to check that previously. It knows it's a current visit problem because you're creating this problem from within PDoc rather than from the main problem list. However, it's not smart enough to know that you want to put it in today's documentation, so you still have to check the little box. And then when you do that, there it is. So here's cellulitis of the leg. That's kind of a new problem, so we may want to move it up in the list a bit here. Let's put it right here. And again, as before, to document the narrative portion of the assessment and plan, this just appeared overnight. We'll start day number 1. So I think that this is handy because one of the things that we do that's easy to lose track of is when something started, what number of days of antibiotics you're on. So I wanted to include this as part of the training. I think it's helpful to put the day number in here and then bold it. If you do this, when it comes forward the next day, the user's eye is drawn to that, and it's easy to update it to day number 2, rather than saying, vancomycin started yesterday. They'll say vancomycin day number 2. So I think that's a good habit to get into at this point. So there we've updated our assessment and plan for hospital day number 2.